You know that feeling, right? That sudden, high-stakes project that just lands in your lap with a totally impossible deadline? Well, today, we're going to dive into a framework for turning that absolute panic into a powerful strategic proposal, and we're going to do it in just 48 hours, all by using the power of AI. Let's get right into it.
So, picture this. It's Wednesday afternoon. You're just about to wrap up your day when, bang, a calendar invite pops up. It's an invitation to present to the Innovation Committee this Friday. The topic? Oh, just something simple like how your team can leverage AI to solve a major business problem. The pressure is definitely on, and that clock is ticking loudly. So here it is, the big question. How in the world do you go from a blank page to a winning proposal in less than 2 days? It's kind of the classic professional nightmare, isn't it? Staring at that blinking cursor with the deadline looming, and you just know expectations are sky high.
Okay, let's break down this challenge. First, you've got to research a topic you might know very little about, and you have to get smart on it like yesterday. Then, you've got to connect all those big ideas to what your team actually does day to day. And finally, you have to wrap it all up in a convincing plan that makes people say, yes, let's do that.
When you're standing at this crossroads with Friday breathing down your neck, you've really got 3 ways you can go. 3 different paths to get to that presentation. And believe me, each one leads to a very, very different place.
So, here are our choices. Path 1, that's the one we all know, and, well, we know it. The late-night Google Deep Dive, where you end up with 50 open tabs and a brain full of mush. Path 2 is the let me just ping a few people approach, where you get a bunch of random ideas that are almost impossible to piece together. And then there's Path 3, using an AI assistant to actually streamline the whole thing. All right, let's get real about where these paths lead. You can basically lump the first 2 together as the old way of doing things under pressure. And the third one, well, that's the smart way. The difference in what you end up with on Friday morning is just night and day. So if you choose that first path, the all-night research marathon, this is probably where you'll end up. You'll have a proposal that's just drowning in information. It's packed with facts and figures, sure, but it has no clear point, no sharp strategic direction. You'll just leave your audience totally confused.
And what about path number 2, relying on all your colleagues? Look, getting feedback is great, but under a tight deadline, it often just gives you a messy collection of disconnected ideas. Your pitch feels disjointed, like it's pulling in 10 different directions at once. It just doesn't tell one single compelling story.
But with Path 3, using AI as your co-pilot, the outcome is completely different. Yeah, it's fast, but way more important than the speed is the clarity and the structure you get. The AI helps you tame the chaos and organize everything into a logical, actionable plan. This is exactly where you want to be.
Okay, so this sounds great, but how do you actually do it? How do you get the AI to deliver this magic? Well, it all comes down to giving it the right instructions. Let's walk through a super simple, but seriously powerful 4-part blueprint for your prompt.
Here they are, the 4 key ingredients. First, you set the role. You tell the AI who it should be. Second, you define the action. What exactly do you want it to do? Third, you specify the application to ground it in your specific world. And fourth, you request the presentation. How do you want the final output to look?
Let's break this down. For role, you might say, act as a top-tier innovation consultant. For action, get specific. Investigate 3 ways AI can improve our project management, and tell me the benefits and the risks of each. Getting both sides is absolutely crucial for a balanced view. For application, give it context. Give me examples relevant to a software development team. And finally, presentation. Create a 6-slide outline for me. Simple as that.
And when you put it all together, you get a beautiful, powerful prompt just like this one. See how it has all 4 parts? The role, the action, the context, and the final output. A prompt this clear is what gets you a structured, strategic result instead of a jumbled mess. You could literally take this formula and use it for your own challenge right now.
So let's just pause for a second and think about what just happened. We've completely changed the game here. This isn't just about working faster, it's about taking back control. It's about shifting from a state of pure panic to one of strategic clarity. And here's the key takeaway. You've just transformed what would have been hours of chaotic, stressful research into a focused, high-level strategic planning session. The AI does all the heavy lifting, the grunt work of gathering and organizing, which frees you up to do what you do best. Think critically, refine the strategy, and figure out how to sell it.
So the benefits here are just huge. First, you instantly destroy that blank page problem. Gone. You can structure really complex ideas in minutes, not hours. But most importantly, this elevates your role. You're no longer just a researcher digging for facts. You become a strategic advisor, the person who actually shapes the vision for what's next.
And that leaves us with one last really important question. This isn't just theory. You now have the blueprint. So what real problem, what tangible thing that's on your plate right now are you going to solve with this approach today?